Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into the ADK Woodswalker channel, where we focus on everything having to do with outdoor adventuring. If that interests you, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Today, I'm going to share with you my favorite trail. My buddy Crow over as the Crow Flies Hiking YouTube channel, I'll link it below, has issued a challenge to all outdoor adventuring YouTubers to come up with a video talking about my favorite trail. So I figured I would get in on this as well. For me, coming up with my favorite trail is actually very difficult. I mean, most of the time, whatever trail I'm on is my favorite trail at the moment, right? I just love being out here. There's just so much to see. There's so much to do. There's so many different trails to travel on that just being out and being able to adventure and enjoy nature, whatever trail I'm on, that's my favorite trail. But after some really serious thinking and kind of going back and forth, I have decided on my favorite trail, the Cranberry Lake 50. That's right, the Cranberry Lake 50 is my favorite trail that I've been on. It is a 50-mile loop around Cranberry Lake. It goes through the towns of Cranberry Lake and Wanakina, near the ranger school that's out there. It's very, very cool. So why is the Cranberry Lake 50 my favorite trail? There's two reasons. One, I love the history of the Adirondacks, and specifically that particular area of the Adirondacks. A lot of the logging stories that came out of the communities that were built out there, they're really very interesting. There's some incredible Adirondack guides that used to be stationed right out of Wanakina and Cranberry Lake, and some of the adventures that they've written about and that I've read about. It's just really cool. If you're interested in the history of that area, there's a book, A Man of the Woods. I'll link it below in the description. I highly recommend checking that out. The second reason that the Cranberry Lake 50 is my favorite trail is because it was the very first long distance trail that I ever went on. Like I said, it's 50 miles. Mark and I did that in 2017 as a 3-day backpacking trip. It was hard. It was really, really, really hard. One of the main things that I like to do on the channel is promote Leave No Trace. And one of the very first principle of LNT is planning and preparing. Make sure that you are ready for the trip you're going on. Well, planning, I love planning. I went into planning the Cranberry Lake 50 trip. I was in it, up to my eyeballs, and maps and, you know, itineraries and things like that. What I didn't realize is when you're doing a big backpacking trip like that, your mileage is not going to be what your regular day trip mileage is. So I overestimated. And I ended up having to learn the hard way that, you know, planning does take a lot more than just looking at a map and figuring out your route. Now, for the preparedness piece of the first principle of LNT, we were mostly prepared. We had the gear. We had, you know, our backpacking overnight gear. We had food. We had changed the clothes. We were okay. However, what I found out on that trip was even after probably 15 or 20 day trips, my feet do not like to be in waterproof boots. So that trip was a huge learning experience for me. Not only did I learn that you have to shrink the number of miles you do per day when you have a huge backpack on full of days worth of stuff, but I also learned a valuable lesson about my own personal feet. So my favorite trail is the Cranberry Lake 50. It'll always hold a special place in my heart as the first long distance trail that I did, and the first trail where I really, really learned a lot of valuable lessons about planning and preparing for future trips. What's your favorite trail? Go ahead and leave it in the comments below, or if you're a YouTuber, I challenge you to come up with a video and label it #MyFavoriteTrail. It'll show up in the search and you'll join the likes of me as the Crow Flies Hiking, Justin from It's Good in the Woods, Melissa from Unlikely Hiker, and countless others. So I hope that you do it, and I can't wait to see what your favorite trail is. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you like outdoor adventure videos, gear chat, things like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, I hope that I've inspired you to get outside and do something awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.